So I cannot believe it. We're already at the end of day one of the UK Nigeria Tech Summit 2022, and what a fantastic day it's been. Just a quick recap on what we've seen this afternoon in our three investor panels. Obviously, Dario kicked us off with the insights and reports that are coming out of Brighter. I really recommend you going onto their website and accessing some of their incredible reports looking at the Africa tech ecosystem. So my takeaways from this afternoon, our first panel, international investors accessing deals on the continent, building relationships. What was said, even early rounds with international and local investors backing African founders, these relationships and deals are being actually structured in quite a harmonious way, as many of the founders of business companies thinking about their companies as international first companies, and they're setting their business up in a way that they can access international funding. And we're seeing that international investors, when they're approaching the ecosystem, they're very much looking at where are their industry experience, where are their portfolio successes. So when they might not know these geography very well, they do know the industry and they do know those types of businesses, and they can lean into that. And now that, seeing like of CCAM having now backed 2 African companies, it's clear we're going to see more international investors following suit in the coming years. And there are lots of local investors like Fola with Kick of Africa that are already working with international investors from day one as their LPs. Then we went into our second panel around angel investing on the continent, and it's about as much about education as it about writing checks. With Rising Tide Africa and Africa Age Academy with some incredible initiatives to help create new angels, but really using that investment vehicle they're creating as a way to build networks and communities of new investors that can really learn, grow, and confidently invest together and create that power of those networks to go and write those checks, and which is ultimately giving more access to people who are writing smaller checks. And this, of course, allows people like Hope Club to then continue being that conduit to early stage investors with their syndicate funds backing amazing companies across the continent. And then finally, we had our panel just now on representation for women across the investment ecosystem, let's say. And as I said, the reality is that representation and distribution of capital around women in tech needs to be addressed not just at the founder level, but also at the capital distributor level. And I've even mentioned even further back, the LPs being women-led and investing their money. And like the 2 first panels we had on investment, it goes back to that point around networks, community, and proactively building ahead of time what you need is really, really important to ensure you get the best connections, get the best opportunities, and make sure you can build, grow your businesses or invest in companies. And I think that really kind of instills what I heard from today, right, was about building those relationships and those connections and building better connections, what the UK Nigeria Tech Summit is all about between the UK and Nigeria. So I think that is a perfect place to finish us off. 10 sessions, 38 speakers, 6 hours of great discussions, insights, and learning. I would love in the chat if you guys could just drop now a couple of your own insights and takeaways from the day, and I can grab some of them out. What have been some of your highlights? But while you're doing that, we are back again tomorrow at 9 a.m. at GMT or 10 a.m. WAT, depending on where you are, for masterclasses. So these are educational masterclasses that we're running from 9 to 9:45 or 10 to 10:45. Then at 10 a.m. GMT and 11 a.m. Watch, we will be kicking off with our welcome address from Daisy, our country director for the UK Nigeria Tech Hub, to kick us off in our second day, where we're going to be looking at connecting ecosystems. So actually, who are these players working across both ecosystems that are working with organizations? And then in the afternoon, we're going to be looking more at the governance and policy side of things. So the Nigeria Startup Act, and what are some of the leaders across government, across investors, across corporates, across startups, thinking about how the UK and Nigeria can learn from each other's progress and the challenges and opportunities that come with that. So who are some of these speakers we've got for you? I mean, I'm very excited. We've got Jess, the founder of leading African PR agency Wimbart. We've got Onajita Mpura, who used to be one of the heads of Africa's Google Startups Accelerator and their Black Founders Fund, and is now working the European ecosystem lead for their startups. We've got Sam Majidi, the founding committee member of the UK Africa Tech Community. We've got Oswald Gumbede, the senior special assistant to the president of Nigeria, who's been leading heavily on the Startup Act in Nigeria, which I'm very excited for. We've got Kolani of Ventures Platform, Dr. Ola Brown of Flying Doctors, and a man who needs no introduction, Tommy Davies, plus many, many more. So please do join us again tomorrow. But in the meantime, also get on social media, tell us what you feel about the day. Go to the UK Nigeria Tech Hub's Twitter account, use the hashtag UKNG Tech Hub to share what's going on. And also, we've got now another half an hour of networking. So please do drop into the networking tab on the left-hand side of your Hopin account, or drop into the Expo booth to see some of our partners like Afro and Angel Academy that were in the panel previously. So I'm just looking in the chat function. Let's see what people are saying. Any comments here? It's been a wonderful and powerfully packed day. Thanks, Tracy, and thanks for all your contributions. Been some awesome sessions. Thank you, guys. There's some really great stuff coming up through here. And look, today is as much about you as it's about the sessions we're running. It's supposed to spark conversations, insights, and curiosity. So please do use this opportunity now to jump into the networking or to jump into Expo booths, meet some of your fellow attendees. And tomorrow when you rejoin, if you see someone make an interesting comment, click on their profile, message them, connect with them. That's what this is all about, is building those strong ties and relationships, whatever part of the ecosystem you're coming from. So on that note, I'm going to leave it there. I think I'm going to be played out some music, but please do jump into the networking session and talk to one or two people. You never know, one of those conversations could be something that changes your career, changes your startup, or allows you to access to funding. But otherwise, if you don't, I'm looking forward to seeing you all bright and early tomorrow morning if I don't hear from you on social media later on.